Now, vainglory is not a sin we hear a lot about today. The closest thing we have to it is vanity. So let's start there. Vanity is an emptiness or a shallowness. Usually it has to do with outward appearance. It's like a decorous, beautiful mask over an empty face. Not a blank face, but an absence of a face. Vanity masks a nothingness. Now, vainglory turns the self into a falsehood. It starts with seeking the opinions of others as a way to obtain pleasure. The opinions are the goal. What matters is aligning with these opinions or having the approval of the people who give them. In time, the value placed on others' views grows and overwhelms one's own views. The sense of self one has ends up building its foundation on the opinions of other people, which are changing and unreliable. Vainglory hurts us in two ways. First, it hinders our relationships with other people. Vainglory turns a part of how we connect with others into the whole goal. See, valuing others' opinions and even being affected and changed by them doesn't have to be a bad thing. It's a bad thing when we let ourselves be overtaken, when we seek approval above all else. Think of the high school stereotype of how the it girls set the trends and everyone has to meet their standards. Or nowadays, think of Instagram or other social media and how they can quickly flood our eyes with images of people we wished we looked like or had their money or cars or house. In response, we may try to emulate them in hopes of having similar fortune. The second way vainglory hurts us is by putting our basis for evaluation on human standards rather than on God's. Our goals, the way we get joy, and even sense of identity move away from being grounded on the firm foundation of God and His solid truths to the shakiness of human judgment. We lose focus of God and lose interest in knowing Him. I mentioned some examples of how others' opinions can influence us negatively, but some other indicators can be anything that elevates our standing in an exaggerated or undeserved way, or anything that distances us from the things which would be looked on poorly. Basically, when we go out of our way to affect how people see us, when we make that perception hold more value than it should, then we are falling into vainglory. For Christians, vainglory can use good actions and achievements as a downfall. So for instance, with the monk Evagrius, this is when vainglory was the most insidious. It tempts the faithful to wear their spiritual discipline and accomplishment as badges of high honor. It hopes to use success against the other evil thoughts as a way to trick a faithful person into this evil thought. To this, the faithful are to keep their identity rooted in Christ and ultimately seek joy in knowing Him more. When God is valued more than all else, others' opinions just don't mean as much.